After dark.
Okay, just wanna...
It's funny.
Yeah, I tried to turn it up a little bit, so hopefully you can hear me better now.
Yep. Sounds alright to me.
And the chat bot isn't showing viewers, and I'm assuming it's because of the changes that Twitch did.
Twitch is made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we might not be able to.
Changing things.
Yeah, we might not be able to read off people.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do it.
I can see people.
You know
Yay.
what? Yeah, it's just a bot, so maybe I'll just open up Twitch itself.
No, I mean,
Bot.
I see, like, if I go into the users and chat, yeah, I mean, I see the bot, I see Fair, I see Taco, I see Froggy, I see Eli,
Yeah.
I see Azzy, I see
Yeah.
Summerlin, Kyber, Five Iron.
Romper
I'm calling
Room.
everybody out right now.
Romper Room. Did you guys have that? And through my magic
Romper
mirror, I
Room?
can see Romper
Yeah.
Room. I can see little Billy
Oh, the magic mirror?
and
Yeah.
little
Yeah,
Denise.
I remember that. I see Chris.
and little Kimmy and little
I
Jimmy.
don't remember that.
Little Jimmy. Okay. All right. Let's. Okay. Where? Okay. Right. We are right here. Got you. Okay. Ready? Yeah?
Ready?
Yeah,
Ready.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Let's do it.
I am recording. That's going. Okay.
Iron Man. Bloodthirsty. Pacifist. You're listening to the WoW Challenges podcast, the home of the Iron Man Challenge. And here are your hosts, Stone and Lita.
Hello, and welcome to the WoW Challenges podcast. This is episode 129. Today is Saturday, August 11, 2018. I am your host, Lita. And joining me
Why
is my co-host, Stone. Will you stop sneaking
Yeah.
stuff in? Like, he thinks
What?
I'm gonna read things, and it's... Oh, you're a bugger.
What?
Honestly.
I am your host. Lita knows best. I did I put that in? I don't think I put that in.
You put that in because I didn't put that
Let me
Guys?
see. I don't remember.
Uh,
I
guys?
might have.
So,
Twitch
Stream
went
down.
offline.
Yeah, it went offline.
Oh.
Yay!
That's okay. We're still recording, so it's okay.
And we're done.
Doing it live.
Yep. So I probably hit the streaming button instead of a
Awesome
scene
Trousers
button.
brought too much awesome to the show and it
Yeah.
killed it.
Yeah.
Had to have been.
I'm drunk already.
There we go.
All right.
Yeah.
Stone
Back
isn't even
online.
drunk. What's going on?
I am drunk. I had one swig. Okay.
Nice.
Yes.
I couldn't handle the mod-tastical mods.
I know.
Yep.
There's too much fantasticness, maybe? I don't know.
Well, it's the second week in a row I'm here. Maybe it just couldn't handle it.
Maybe that could be the case. That's exactly
Lord.
right.
Not
Anyway,
to toot my
we
own
will-
horn, but
Well,
toot.
so it's,
Toot.
if you don't, who else is going to? So absolutely go for it. Toot
Certainly not
away.
Baz or Nisey.
Bear what?
Wow. Shots fired. Anyway, we're just gonna keep going, I would say. Stone?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. Everybody, we have got our wonderful mods have joined us today. So we have got Awesome Trousers, Buzz, Nisey and Xortz. So welcome everybody. Thank you for coming and having a chat with us.
Thank you for having me.
Apologies from Stir. So Stir could not make it today. He sends his apologies. So yeah, but I think we've got enough to keep us busy. Guys, welcome. Hey, how's it going?
Thank you.
Excellent.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
And thank you so much for filling in for me last week, because I was not well, was very sick. So I do appreciate that, and I
Hey, no
hear
worries.
it went well. So thank you.
Yeah, we didn't squirrel too badly.
Good.
So
Nice. Okay. Well, we thought we would invite you guys on. We wanted to have a chat and see how things are going with the leveling and all of that, and see what you have all been up to. So I want to start off. I might start this off with, say, Nisey first up. But the question to all of you is, with all the changes that have happened in the past month, how have you found playing your challenge tunes? So I'll start off with Nisey first off. What?
Well,
How are you finding it?
it's been an adjustment, as with all patches and expansions and whatnot. It's a relearning experience because, we've got thrown a curveball. This is the
Yes.
new norm now.
Yes.
So it takes a little bit to get your feet back under you and figure out, okay, I could do X before, but now X is not possible. Let me see if I can do Y instead. So
Mhm.
I think as long as, I think Five Iron said it best in Discord the other day, we have to be willing to adapt our play style as the game is evolving around us, or we're not going to get very far. So if
Yeah.
one way suddenly is not possible, let's sit back, think about all of our options, and then go from there and try a different option first before we start throwing our hands up in the air. It's like, oh, can't do this. No, let's just calm down, think about it, take a breather, and regroup. And,
Yeah.
try to adapt to the changes. And if you're having trouble adapting, take a couple of weeks off, watch what other people are doing, check out some of the streams that some of us are doing, see what they're doing to get around it, and then maybe try to work that into your play style. I've been a little tentative getting back in since the changes have happened. Plus, I've been super busy since I got back from our last road trip. But
Yeah.
I'm actually finding Warlords, now that I've got the Blood Pally out there. It's okay. I'm okay where I'm at now. I had one near miss with her because that was my own fault. I had a scouting error, and but she's doing all right. And
Okay.
everybody else is just kind of tentatively getting back into the swing of things. But yeah, we have to learn
Okay.
to adapt.
Yeah. That's a good point. All right. So awesome. How about you? How have you found it? I know that you've been super busy. So
sadly.
have you had a chance to just like sit down and have a bit of a play into your challenge tunes to see how they're faring?
Yeah, I have been exploring a little bit in Northrend with my hunter. So
Okay.
I haven't made too much progress with him, but I'm taking it really, really slowly because I've had some close calls, like too many.
Okay.
Probably as many the last
many.
level as I've had up to like from like level 1 to where I'm at now. I've had as many close calls from the last level as I had up to now. So it's been slow and steady, but he's still alive.
Okay.
So but the screen
Yay.
has flashed red a few times lately.
Yeah, there's been lots of red flashing, I think. I don't know if you guys have found that, but I know on certain classes for me, it's been like, oh, it's some seem a little bit more squishy. So
Yeah, it's
all
weird
right.
because the hunter felt like super powerful previously, but after the patch, it's I almost feel as squishy as with my mage.
Okay.
So
That's
it's
interesting.
quite an adjustment, to be honest. So I want to try the pacifist, but I haven't dared to, to be honest.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Alright.
I think we're going to talk about this a little bit after, but there are some changes if you roll up a new one because of and it's a new 8.0 change that we didn't really know about.
Ooh. Okay.
So,
All right. Well, we will
yeah,
find out about
Pacifist.
that in a minute. All right. I want to go to Xortz next. Xortz, how are you going with the changes?
Yeah. This past month, I've gotten wrecked every which way I've turned.
Right. Okay.
So,
So
not
the death
good.
list is
the
for
death
the end of
list
the
grew-
year is
the
growing.
death list grew exponentially over the last
Nice.
few weeks. So,
Okay. All right.
And again, it comes back to what Nisey said. You just gotta learn to adapt your play style and maybe take a look at what other people are doing. So, like this past week, I haven't done too much. I'm probably not gonna be doing too much in the next few days, especially with the expansion dropping this week.
Yep.
I might next weekend dip my toe in on a low level and just see what might be broken, what might change.
Yeah.
But right now, I've been spending a lot of good quality time with my supposed girlfriend, the spirit healer.
Nice.
At first I was like, oh, you disappointed me, man. Jeez, such a tease.
Xortz he is in a committed relationship with us, so
Wow.
That's how I look at it, Xortz. It's okay. We understand.
Like every now and then, I like to go see other people, but sometimes.
Yeah. I can tell you something for a fact. I was playing around over at Undercity the other night on Lita, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna see if I'm gonna get back down in there. And you die really, really quickly. That's all I'm gonna say. And I could not get my body, so I had to go and visit your girlfriend, Xortz. It was the only way I could get my body back. So I do understand that. Yeah, it was quite hilarious. But anyway, all right. Buzz, how are you?
I am good.
Excellent. So how have you found in the past month or so with all these new changes? So obviously you're playing all the different types of challenges, yeah?
Yes.
And you focus mostly on
right now it's just been mostly on the Pacifist. Because since the change, pretty much since 735, like I've destroyed almost all of my irons.
Oh no.
I have one left at level 67, and I'm afraid to play him.
Don't blame you.
Umber's probably gonna backtrack on him and just do like a lot of old content. It's gonna take a long time, but that and Holiday, it's probably like the safest bet to keep him alive.
Okay.
Just kind of starting over on some of them. I re-rolled an iron last night just to try to see. I just did the random generator on the site, so it went Restro Druid.
Okay.
I didn't get level high enough to even change it to Restro yet, so that's fine. And just pretty much, if I can keep myself out of trouble, which is usually the Pacifist, that seems to be the best way to go.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. At least it's not like we're all going, we can't do that. We have to rethink, like Nisey said. We've got to look at how we play, and sometimes it can take a little while for us to get into the group. Stone, what about you? I know we're talking to our mods, which is great, but how have you found your challenge tunes as well? Just quickly.
It's funny. I don't actually think I've done any iron. So green,
so
I feel like things are okay, and Pacifist, like I'm not fighting stuff. So I feel actually things are better because I'm getting a lot more XP per node.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I do have a bloodthirsty, and I think because I'm using greens on that, it's fine. So I'm not doing the straight iron right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, I suppose that is the good thing. There is so many different challenges that you can spread yourself either across all of them or focus on one or try a couple. And sometimes if you don't find one particular that you feel might be a little bit hard at the moment. I know that I'm finding the irons a little bit more challenging. Like I can jump over to the bloodthirsty and the greens, you know, just to give myself a little bit of balance to play something or to, you know, mass kill everything wherever I am. So it's good we've got options, and sometimes to open yourself up to the different options is good. Now, how about for you guys? We're literally 2 days, probably 3 days for you guys, 2 days away from the expansion for me. We've got
hold on. It comes out at the same time for everybody. It's 47 hours away. Less than
47 hours.
Yes, because it's released at 6 p.m. my time. So
it's 8 a.m.
It's 7 something. So we're at 46 hours
whenever it is.
And 43 minutes.
It's very
Get right,
exciting.
Lita.
Whichever way. Not worried.
Jeebus.
It's still very exciting. Very, very excited. But
it is.
I mean, for you guys, like, did you have a bucket list for Legion with your challenges? Did you have something that you wanted to get completed, and have you been able to do that? Like for me, I probably kill less toons, but that's obviously not working. So my bucket list was to get, I can't even remember what my bucket list was, but I've not killed my big bloodthirsty, so I suppose that's a good thing. She's surviving into BFA. But has anyone completed anything that they wanted to, like a milestone in leveling and getting something done before BFA hit out?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I got my Pacifist to 76. I originally had planned to get her to 70 before the expansion dropped. And I had planned to get my big bloodthirsty to 90 before the expansion dropped. I ended up getting her to 93, so I was really happy about that. And today, I actually managed to get my wad flying completed, so I can move the bloodthirsty around a lot easier. So those were my 3 big things before Legion dropped.
Wow, well
or
done,
excuse me,
Nisey.
Beth dropped.
Buff, yes, but still, that's pretty cool. Well done. Okay, anyone else?
No, unfortunately not. So I did actually want to get my iron to 80, but it's currently only at 64. So,
Still a lot.
but it has survived Legion at least. So that's positive.
Exactly. That's one way to look at it. Absolutely. Okay.
And I wanted to get my my Pacifist to 50, but it's only at 38. So, but slow and steady,
38.
as they say.
That's it. That's exactly right. Slow and steady's good. Xortz, what about you? How are you feeling?
I don't really do bucket lists for expansions, because by the time an expansion ends, I'm usually so over it. It's just like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I got to level cap on a couple tunes, so yay.
Yay. Okay. That's good.
But and those were regular tunes. Obviously not on a challenger. Who are we kidding?
One day, buddy. One day.
One day.
Yeah,
One
next
day.
expansion.
Exactly. We keep trying. We keep trying. Absolutely.
But I don't have like a bucket list of stuff I do at the end of an expansion, because I don't raid, I don't PvP. I just level.
But Xortz, I thought, I think we brought this up like last week, right? Where you were saying that you wanted to get a character back into Northrend, right?
By the end of the year.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm hoping
necessarily by the expansion.
That the magic of BlizzCon weekend happens again this year like it did last year.
What?
Because that's when I got my paladin all the way through Outlands in
Oh.
one shot.
Okay.
That's right. Yes. That's
So
right.
I'm
Wait, I have
counting
a
on the
question.
BlizzCon magic again.
Well, wait, Xortz, is that just to Northrend, original level Northrend, or
Yeah.
or
Original
60
level.
level
I just want to get
Northrend?
back to where my level 72
Okay,
died.
Yep.
I just
Okay.
want to get back into that bracket.
so we have a level to shoot for our team.
I don't care which one of them. I don't care if it's a bloodthirsty. I don't care if it's an iron. I don't care if it's teams. It sure as hell ain't gonna be a pacifist because that thing's still at level 6 and I haven't touched it in months. Just
Do not delete it.
I will take what I can get.
No. Okay. Oh well, like you said, we're in August. Anything can happen over the next 3.5 months? 4 months?
BlizzCon.
Where are we? Yeah. Absolutely.
2.5 months. It's less
2.5?
than 3 months away.
It's so fast.
That's BlizzCon. Yeah.
Yep.
Look,
Crazy.
it happened
August.
during BlizzCon last year. I'm hopeful.
So fingers
I'm
crossed.
hopeful.
Yeah. Anything's doable. Absolutely. Okay, Boz, what about you?
I had wanted to get Sneaky and Bloody Boss up to max level before Legion, but between all the changes that the site or the game had implemented and my work schedule got crazy and I was having really bad technical difficulties with my laptop where I ended up just having to reformat the whole thing. It wasn't even safe for me to play like the higher level ones without probably dying.
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't end up getting anything like challenge wise on the bucket list that I wanted to. Even some of like the first aid stuff that for like normal tunes, I couldn't stand the slog of the field medic. I had like 3 left and I can't do it.
Yeah.
It was so bad.
It was a slog. It was a slog. Absolutely. Yes. No, that's okay. I mean, this is the whole thing. Like for some of us, bucket lists are something that we like to achieve, or work towards. And for others, it's, it doesn't matter. Sometimes just sitting down and playing is the way to go. So no worries. All right. So for all of you guys who have been playing challenge tunes for a while, I will say, what advice would you give to players based on all the new changes? Or there's 2 questions, so you can take whichever you like. What have you personally noticed that has affected your challenger leveling? So, Nisey, do you want to go first?
Sure. All right. So the biggest thing that I've noticed is that rares are a little more fussy than they used to be, and you're kind of rolling the dice and hoping RNG is on your side. I wasn't touching them on my bloods for a couple of weeks. I finally broke down and went after 2 in Arathi on my Discipline Priest that's in greens on the Bloodthirsty Challenge. I had no problem with either one of them. However, I think I just got lucky and those 2 didn't have any curveballs to throw at me. Definitely shying away from them for now. We'll see if things even out a little bit on them, but I'm too scared to risk the death right now. So it's like, no. So between that and going slow, you gotta go slow. Don't Leroy Jenkins into this stuff because you're not gonna come out on the other side. Trust me, it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
So go slow, watch your patrols, just take your time.
I
advice.
was always told hard and fast. Just get her done, get it done quick.
Why do I
and
get
go.
the feeling that's directed at me?
No comment.
So, anyway, so many
Not
things.
directed at you.
Okay.
Put
All
you
right.
back in Challenger boot camp.
Challenger boot camp. Oh, I like that.
Basic training.
That sounds like fun.
And Mr. Xortz can be the drill instructor. That'd be good. I would sign up for that.
That would be very interesting. We could, you could make a weekly series on that. That
Let me
could
tell
be
you something,
very.
boy. Your gear is supposed to be crap. Don't you be putting on greens. You see all that digital grass and all those digital trees? There are real ones outside. I want you to go outside right now and apologize to them for wasting the oxygen they produce.
Wow.
Nice. I I could so see that, Xortz. That's awesome. All right. Okay, so awesome trousers. How about for you? Advice or
The advice would be not to panic. So after a big patch, after a big change, just take it slow and don't go like Leroy Jenkins as mentioned before. I tried to do that and it almost shit hit the fan pretty fast. So screen flashed red and I just bolted out of there. So I got really lucky and I was below 10% because I was stubborn and I didn't want to accept that things had changed. So after like 2 tries, I realized that it was time to go slow, use the traps, use the stuns, use all the abilities.
Yeah.
So that would basically be the advice for any class whenever a big change goes. So, but even if you just move to another, like from Eastern Kingdoms to Northrend or Outland, it's new mobs that may hit harder, HP may be different. So, go slow. So and it comes like what I've personally noticed. It's like Nisey said, you have to adapt. You have to like go with the flow. Yeah. And if things get harder, it's a challenge. It's not supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be hard.
That's right. Yes. That's right. Yep. So true. This is it's a solo challenge. It's not supposed to be 1 to 110 in like a day. So everyone just needs to you sit back and enjoy the ride. It's a long ride.
It is.
Isn't it? Like it is a long ride.
Yeah,
even if you
not for instant. Yeah, not instant gratification. This is definitely something to work on.
Exactly.
Like for me, I've lost the tune to when I flied from it was like Stormwind to I was flying from Stormwind to Ironforge, and I just fell off the Griffin. So it's a small thing that can kill you. So you have to be prepared for getting your heart broken, basically.
Yes, absolutely.
Which makes it even fun when you get high up.
Yeah, it hurts. It certainly hurts when if something happens. But that is, that's part of it. And I think that you've got to remember, we are our own worst enemies when it comes to questing, trying things, and, again, getting used to what we're doing, how we played before. You've got to think, you can't think about how you played before because it's not going to work this time. So taking the time to get used to what quests you're doing, quests that you mightn't have been able to do previously, you may be able to do now. Probably not. It's probably going to be the other way around, where quests that you were able to do, you may not be able to. And certain classes, you can, you might be able to go in and do stuff on one class, but there are other classes that you just can't do that quest on. So again, scout things out, take things slow, because I know when I end up dead, it's because I've rushed something. Yeah. I've made the stupid decision. I've done something silly, which means I end up dead. And it's true. Yes, there are DC deaths, and there are all other types where yes, you can fall off the Zeppelin, fall off, the Griffins are on flights and things like that, and they can be not controlled by us. But the stuff that we get ourselves killed on is normally, I don't know what percentage it would be, but normally it's we made the bad mistake of doing something that we end up dead. And you have to get over that. Like, you have to go, okay, mistake made, lesson learned, I ended up dead, let's go again. And it hurts. It does hurt. Especially flying too low.
Like when you
jumping in fire. What can I say? All sorts of things.
I lost my first 50 plus because I forgot to disengage.
Yeah.
Because I fell off a cliff, and if I had disengaged, I would have survived.
Yes.
And yeah, it was.
The thing awesome is you don't forget that now, do you? That's the
true.
one thing you do not forget. So yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, Xortz, what about you? What advice would you give to new people, or what's affected your leveling?
One, really just kind of reiterating what Awesome said. Except you're gonna die. Except you're gonna die multiple times.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yes.
There is no one on the face of this earth that is gonna go from 1 to level cap in one go. It ain't happening. Especially if you're brand new. Just accept the fact you're gonna die multiple times, and a lot of times at low level. 2, don't jump off zeppelins.
Gosh, where did you come up with that one from?
That's a good point.
Hey, I know a guy. I just know a guy.
Jeez.
Just saying.
I think we all know that guy. Yeah. Don't
Hashtag
jump,
don't
John.
jump, John.
Nice.
And number 3, just accept the fact that as the game changes, the challenge is going to change. It might get a little easier sometimes. It might get a lot harder other times. You're just going to have to accept that, and yeah, it's okay to, take a minute and just be like, okay, I'm not really a big fan of this change, but, I got to figure out how to do this. But just constantly sitting in your particular social media forums, complaining over and over and over isn't doing you any favors and not really endearing you to the rest of the community. So stop. Thanks.
Nice. Excellent. All right. Very good points, though, Xortz. Thank you for those. All right. Buzz, how about for you? What have you found and what advice?
I think the best advice would be just know your zones and know the quests, and know the phasing. Because as you go further on as the game progresses in higher levels, there's a lot of phasing that could definitely kill you. If you don't know, it can dismount you if you're flying over something. Yeah. And stuff like that is just important. I think that just use it if you haven't gone through it in a long time. Use a scout or just level a normal tune and get a feel for how the quest lines progress. I mean, obviously this is more for irons, but phasing is also important for pacifists or bloodthirsty. Sometimes it can be to your advantage, and sometimes it can really be bad. An example would be like in Pandaria. I play mostly horde challengers, so the Hosen are not your friends if you don't do the quests.
Yes, that is true.
I found that out the hard way.
Oh, yeah, you're not going to have that flight path, that rest area, stuff like that. So that's just, I've been farming through there and just having to remind myself, I don't want to go close to that area because it's not going to be good. So just know the quests, try, know the maps, because it's good to know where the opposing factions are and where they might patrol. And probably on the forums or on Discord, if veterans are giving advice, take it. They've been there, they've done it. It's different now, sure, but their information is still useful. So it's, if they say something's a death trap, it probably is.
Yeah.
And it's good to just listen to what other people are saying too about all the challenges.
Yes. Absolutely. You can take a little bit from what everyone says, but we have veterans for a reason. These guys and girls are, this is how they play. So when they speak, it's a good idea to listen to them because they've been through it, going through it, they're blazing the trails for those of us that may be, not as hardcore, but they certainly give us lots of very useful information.
That's true. And also check the document on the forums.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Because you have the difficult or dangerous quest lists. So please check that one because it has saved me plenty times.
Oh yeah.
I got one more. Sorry to interrupt.
Okay.
But it seems it needs reiterating once again.
Oh man.
Read the
Go for it.
rules and the FAQ.
Yes, please.
There we go. That's your what do we call it? PSA?
Yeah.
Public service announcement. There we go. Absolutely. You can do that one again later too, Xortz. All right. All right. So one more question I want to ask before we get into our weeks in WoW is, with obviously one of the big changes that we had just recently was that we no longer have first aid that we can learn for a profession. So I want to know, for you guys, has that had a big impact on your challenge tunes? For me, quickly, I'll just say it's been interesting. I never realized I had first aid on every single tune, even the challenge tunes. So, you know, in downtimes, I would quickly, you know, maybe do up some bandages and made sure I'd have 2 stacks. Whereas now it's more, you know, I've got to go to the auction house and listen, you know, look for them, buy them. Has it affected any of you to any degree, or you're going okay without having to worry about first aid as the profession now? Nisey.
Well, I actually prepped for this when they were talking about first aid being removed, excuse me. So I stopped using it about 3 months ahead of time, so I wasn't reliant on it. So I'm not really noticing it being gone all that much. I mean, yeah, we can still get bandages off the auction house if we need to, but I always have a crap ton of food in my bag on the ones that I know need to eat a lot. And I'll get into that a little bit more coming up in my week.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Cool. Okay. How about Awesome? Found anything?
It hasn't really affected me because I didn't use it that much. I haven't had it like a safety net just in case.
Yep.
So I mainly rely on food. So no, it hasn't really affected me, but I do see how people can get, like, how they can rely on it and how it can affect them. So just stack up on food and check your health bar before you attack the next mob. So take like 2 seconds to check it, eat, then go.
Yeah. Okay. Xortz, what about you? First aid, bandages?
I was a big believer in first aid. Even on my tunes that had heals, I always had a crap ton of bandages. Because I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
Yes.
But about 3 weeks out from the patch that took it away, I stopped using it. I sold all the bandages. Just so I to quickly try and break myself of the habit of, oh, I need to heal, click. Oh, I need to heal, click. Yeah. And like Nisey, I loaded up on food. So
okay.
I miss it, but I don't miss it. It's one less thing I got to worry about. So
yeah.
But at the same time, it's like I wish I still had that utility.
Yeah.
Yeah. True.
Boss, what about? How have you found it, Boss? Any difference for you?
I'm only sad because I lost the quest at the Dark Moon Fair.
Yes. Thank you. Exactly.
That was, I stopped using it like easy. So it was, I didn't use it that much to begin with, and that's just the worst part. It's like, because then the irons, the greens, tins, and the pacifists, they can't do it now, and it's just that little bit of XP counts.
Yeah.
So that's the bummer.
That's true. Yeah. I always liked it because it would be like, okay, now I'll go and sell that unique, box back, the storage box. That's an extra 2 gold 50. Yay! Each time. Just to clear it out. Stone, what about you? First aid on your tunes? Big impact, no impact?
No impact because I felt like it was a jinx, and I didn't take it until I'm gonna say 90 or so. Okay. And I only took it because I wanted to get the extra quest XP.
Yeah.
But again, that's That's 735. Okay, so sorry, that's pre 735, which is a completely different game. It's right. So now, I feel like I'm already not used to playing with it because I usually don't get it. I only had it because I think I was like Xortz. I'd rather have it just in case, but I tended not to use it.
Okay. Obviously, I'm the only one that has a crutch for first aid, so...
Wow. So let's kick that crutch out. Boom.
Yeah.
You need to walk on your own.
We're here for you, Lisa. This is an intervention. We are here for you.
We are.
Yeah, I don't think... I've still got a lot of bandages on my toons, so I think I'll be okay for a little while, but I must admit, I use bandages quite regularly on, I always have. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how we go. Okay, anyway, let's find out how you guys have played this week. So we'll start off. Awesome. Do you want to go first? How has your week in WoW been?
It was kind of like the last few weeks where I was really nervous at reset day because of the pre-patch events. So it's mainly been playing through on Alliance and Horde side, so I haven't had time to play any challenge tunes, but I've spent quite a few hours on normal tunes to play through the pre-patch event, get all the quests, see all the lore, and also getting prepared for the expansion launch. Getting familiar with the talent changes and cleaning out the bags and bank and like crossing all the T's and dotting all the I's, and also getting started on the Chromie rep to get the Time Lord title because I really want that title.
Nice.
So that, and I got the Postmaster quest.
Oh my goodness.
That
bloody thing.
So I get the portable mailbox.
Yep.
Nice. Very good.
Did it take you a long time to get the because you have to do two parts, right? So the first part wasn't bad. The second part
the Postmaster?
There's two parts, right? One part was like you had to do 8 or something, and then the second part you had to get 30.
Depends if you want the big achievement or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
30.
Yeah. Is the 8 only from... So does the 8 only award the toy to get your mailbox, or is it the 30?
I actually don't know. I should check that.
Because the 30 was hard. Because there's some places I'm like, I don't know where that is. And
I love that. It was like its own little trivia.
Trivia thing, yeah.
But, you know...
did it take you a long time, or no?
I haven't got that. I haven't started really on the Postmaster thing. I just got the item and started the quest.
I thought you said you had it done.
I spent more time on the Chromie because I have to do if I try to do several things, I just scroll and I get nothing done. So I have focused on the Chromie, which is quite fun actually. Going through Stratholme and trying to save her.
Okay, cool.
So it's been fun. And also, I have to say that I'm really satisfied with the Lordaeron finale, the end of the pre-patch event. So I'm very excited to see how things go when the expansion launch. To see what to do with Saurfang and how Sylvanas will fare with the.
The story's been very interesting.
It has.
Very, BFA's not even out.
It's polarizing. And they've done that. And they have done that on purpose. And they've done a good job at making it like that.
It's lots of feels all over the place. Definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, good luck with the finishing off the rep. How close are you to the Chromie to finishing it? Awesome.
I have 5,000 left, so I think I will wrap it up tomorrow, and then I will get really started on the Postmaster.
Okay.
Which I'm really looking forward to.
Okay. Good luck.
Thank you.
Was fun. I found it really fun. I really enjoyed doing the postmaster. So, but maybe I'm just twisted that way that I enjoyed that, real life and stuff. But
you have a sister
okay.
too, right? You have a sister, so you're
me.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So one would say that you're a twisted sister.
Hey, Stone. Stone,
Really?
keep it up, and she's not going to take it.
Yeah.
She's not going to take it anymore.
Seriously, how long have you been planning that one? That kind of just popped
It
into
just
your
popped
brain.
into my head. I'm thinking you're twisted.
Really?
Hey, wait a second.
Really?
You got a sister. Twisted sister.
Oh my god.
That's what
Both
drinking
of
does.
you.
Yeah.
Drinking
she's not gonna
later
take it.
and cherry coke. Yay.
Wow. I found some cherry. Hey, also, Stone. I found some cherry coke at my little. Where is it? In the shopping center, they have a lolly bar that they get all these imported lollies from Canada and US and everything. And they had packs of 8 cherry coke.
8 or 6?
I nearly.
Because right now they're selling these stupid teeny tiny
about that long.
mini cans versus
about 8.
the normal
the
normal size, right?
Yeah.
So
but I was too busy walking. I was like, I should have got a photo and posted that to you.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
like,
Thanks.
I've got cherry coke.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, I know. Anyway. All right, so let's go on to Boz. What have you been up to this week, Boz?
I've been all over the place. I leveled Sneaky Boz up 2 levels this week to level 90.
Nice.
That's just because there's like a nice buff to farming herbs and ore right now. I don't know if it's permanent, but I'm taking advantage of that. So he celebrated his first birthday on July 26th. So I've had him for over a year now, and still going. So yeah.
Well done.
Mostly been farming in Pandaria. There's some pretty good places there that, like I said, are the area near Half Hill is mostly fine. So you can just, usually you go there for like the soil if you were actually, doing the farm. But there's a lot of good ore and stuff there, and as long as you don't go near the springtail things, you're fine.
Okay. Yep.
I also have been working on a Greed Man off and on, so I got them to level 20. And just for like normal stuff, I've been working on leveling the allied races because I still haven't done that to get their armor sets.
Okay.
So I have all of them unlocked. The ones that are available. So just slowly going through that. It takes a lot longer now than leveling used to. So
yeah.
Okay. And then of course the new content on both sides for Horde and Alliance. This is like the first time too, like ever in my WoW life that I'm actually leaning towards the Alliance. So
wow.
Yeah.
You dirty traitor.
Boz.
I am.
Yeah, that's
Shock. Wow. Oh.
Yep.
Wow. Boz, you were just checking all the boxes this week.
We never forget.
Yep. It's that tree man. That was not right. Sorry. It was not right.
As I said,
had to crush their hope. Had to crush their hope. You will never cruch your hope. Can't I? Burn it.
Hey,
Challenge accepted.
Hey, how do you pick up hot night elf chicks? With a broom and a dustpan.
I'm not saying that wasn't but
wow.
Yeah. Nope.
Wow. Okay.
And,
understand, Boz.
Yeah. And also, I just started a new Pacifist this morning. And it's a bit different than it was before because you can no longer get your professions right away. So I've just been running around, just carefully getting as much exploring XP as I possibly can, and it's been over a few hours, and I think I just hit level 3. Or I just hit level 4. I'm sorry.
Good lord.
It is nasty. I've gone through the dwarf area, like the little gnome spot, all of like the night elf zones, the human zones, and I went over to where the Draenei starting area is just, and I have to go even further than that at this point because I won't hit 5 yet. There was only like, I only had like one quest, or I had like the Dark Moon Fair, so I could do that. I got all my gold. And then that only gave me like 85 XP, I think, anyway, just to go there.
Oh no. Yeah.
And then I had one quest from the Night Elves where you go and you can pick up like your bread or your water or whatever it is at the inn. That was the only one available at like level 3 when I went there. So I have to at least get to like 4, and then I think some of those other like little quests start to pop up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Obviously.
Yeah, it was not. It's not like it was before.
Okay. All right. Less likely I will ever do a pacifist. Thanks,
Yeah.
boss.
That's
Love
why
it.
I don't want
Nice.
to delete mine. I'm like, I can't
Okay,
do not delete any ones that you have right now, because you're in for a...
Yeah, you got to start off just by exploring. That's really the only option you have. And if you have the heirloom mount, I suggest using it because it's going to make it a little bit quicker and safer.
Yeah.
I struggle with deleting that thing every day.
Don't
do it.
Don't
I log
don't
in
do
and
it.
I'm like, I should just delete those two.
I
Don't
was
do it,
gonna
man.
say, you know, I would much rather poke my eye out with a rusty nail, but you guys that do pacifists, hey, on you.
It's not so bad once you hit 10. It's really not. Lena, if I can do a
the problem,
pacifist,
1
you
to
can
10.
too.
1 to 10. No.
Small doses. Small doses.
I will not say it will never happen because anything is possible, but you're really, really not. It's just not making things enduring for me. So anyway, but all you guys that do, everyone that does pacifist, honestly, you are amazing because I like nail in eye. I just Anyway, okay, Nisey, what have you been doing? Not much, I can tell
No, it's
already.
been a slow week for me. Yeah.
Jesus.
Well, like I said, I've been slowly getting back into things. I didn't want to go too hard into it because the shut up, Stone. Since
I didn't even say anything. I didn't say anything. What the
I know you. Expansion drops in a day or so, 2 days, and I really don't want to strip everybody naked again. So a lot of them, the ones I have touched, I've disrobed recently. But I have been working on the pacifist pretty steadily. She's one of the ones that I've been trying to get done every week because, like Boz says, I don't know when that XP buff is going to go away or if it's permanent. So it's been making things so much easier. I've been getting her leveled in a couple of hours as opposed to a couple of days. So I'm like, really been helpful because some of the nodes that were down to like 190 XP in Shulzar at level 70, I was like, oh dear, this is not good. Now they're back up to like 2300, and I was like, oh my god, thank you. But
that's good.
I do have another point in connection with the pacifist because of where she is. She's been tooling around Shulzar and stuff, and going back to any advice, listen to your fellow challengers. I know that might sound kind of odd, but go back, scroll through Discord or whatnot if people are commenting on something, see what they're saying. Because I didn't even think about the potentials of a dismount on an auto flight over Wintergrass. And Boz had said it had happened to her at one point, and I was like, oh god, we're not going to have that happen. We're not going to risk it. So learn from your fellow challengers. So now to get back to Shulzar, I fly from Darlaran to Unape, and then I hit the basket quest over in Borean, and then I fly myself over into Shulzar and go around the long way because I don't want to risk that potential dismount because I'm too afraid. It hasn't happened yet, but then when she said it happened, I was like, oh no. I was like, no, we don't want to risk that. So so I've been working on her. And I've been steadily chipping away at my bloodthirsty Pally. She's my highest challenger over everybody right now. She's got her to 93, tooling around in Shadow Moon Valley. Slowly. She's up to, this is for you, she's up to 25,538 kills. 90% of that is on rested. So nice. I can only imagine what that would be off of rested, probably close to 50. Last night I was streaming and decided to dust off my Tin because she hasn't gotten much love lately. I was like, you know, I picked Arcane Mage for Tin because the deaths won't count against me. I can keep going. Let's see how many deaths it takes to get to max level on this. Oh boy. Yeah, so Arcane Mage or Mage altogether is pretty squishy right now. Boz witnessed this last night. I had a near-death experience. Almost had my first death on her. I was doing the Ogre quest in Loch Modan. I was in the cave. I was a little unsure of taking on the last ogre in that quest chain, and I was like, maybe his health's not too much higher than mine. You know, it was about half of what mine was. I was like, you know what? Let's go for it. He hits kind of hard. Famous last words.
That was that was interesting to watch.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if you were still there for that.
Yeah, I was still there.
Yeah. There were no words for that. The ogre's weapon was coming down to deliver the death blow because I was already committed to this fight. Turning and running would not have done me any favors. And I was like, well, I guess we're gonna die here. And I just happened to hit magic missile. And I guess the missile hit him before he hit me, and somehow he fell over, and I was sitting there waiting for the death screen to pop up. I'm like, wait, didn't happen. What happened? And he fell backwards. I was like, huh? What just happened? Nice. I think I had 50 health left. I was like, okay, let's eat a cookie and let's get the heck out of here. And but I've noticed
just watching that, you could not call that any freaking closer. Like, that was almost my level of holy you know what.
Yeah, I was like, oh, well, this is it. This is death number one. And I'm like waiting for the screen to pop up because I thought for sure he was going to hit me before the spell went off. And I was just kind of sitting there dumbfounded for a second. I was like, what? what happened? But yeah, I've noticed they're a lot squishier than they were before, and it kind of reminded me of when I was running my Fury Blood Warrior for a while. There was a level range between like 18 and maybe 22 where every fight I had to eat. Every single fight, and that's what I have had to do on the mage. I kill it, eat, kill it, eat. That she's been very slow. I'm still alive. I mean, well, I'm on the tin list, so it doesn't matter. But she still hasn't gotten any deaths somehow. I don't know how. I did get into wetlands with her, and came up onto Glower Glare in his little cave. And I was like, well, you know, they said they did that band-aid that went out that, you know, reduced some of the mob's health a little bit. And it's like, I had a bad feeling going up to him. I'm like, I don't know about this. So I get over there. I kill everything around the cave entrance, and I click on him. His health's at 1,000 health. I'm at 435 or something. Nice. I'm like, excellent. Like, yeah, no. It's like, you have a good day. We're just gonna move along. Yeah. It's like, hi, I'll be on my way. No one about you. Nice meeting you. And I'm just like, yeah. So being quest selective, it is definitely something you have to do now, and you definitely need to look at the mob's health before you go after it, because you can't just go in there guns blazing anymore. So that was pretty much it for challengers this week, because, you know, I've been doing some stuff outside of WoW. I'm getting back into some old hobbies again, and I did get my wad flying. I was working on that for a couple of weeks, finished that off today a couple hours ago, so I was like, oh, thank you. Yay! And Lucio Ball summer games have started. Lucio Ball was up, so I did get a couple rounds of that in the other night. So much fun. Because everybody's bad at it to a degree, so I don't feel quite so bad for sucking at it so much. So you know, that was kind of fun, and it was the first time I had been back in Overwatch for a while, so I kind of forgot I had a speed boost that wasn't part of my ult. So I was like, why aren't you using your speed boost? I was like, what are you talking about? I don't have it yet. He goes, yeah, you do. I'm like, no, I don't. My microphone was sitting like blocking the one corner of my screen, so I didn't see that was one of the options. I was like, oh, right. Derp a derp. So
Nice.
yeah, so I had a little bit fun messing around with that. Got my free loot box. That was a little bit of disappointment though, because they only give me sprays. I'm like, damn it. But you know, it's been an interesting week, and then just busy with outside of WoW things. So yeah, that was my week so far. The challengers are going to be sitting for maybe 2 weeks after the expansion drops. I don't know if we might do teams Friday. I don't know. But as far as my core challengers, they're going to be sitting for at least 2 weeks after the expansion's settling in.
Rested XP is good.
Definitely. Yeah, that doesn't hurt.
And the other thing I want to say, don't forget, people, like what Nisey has said, if you've got to sit down in between pulling, a mob to eat, again, patience. Patience is a virtue. If that's what you've got to do to stop yourself from dying, then
yeah, you definitely have to be more health bar aware now. So like I have healbot on all of my characters, whether they heal themselves or not, just because it allows me to move the health bar around on the screen because I have a separate box with it in there. So I move it down closer to where my cast bar is, so I'm actually seeing it as I'm casting, and I don't have a oh crap moment, I'm about to die. I'm actually watching my health. So
yeah, that's a really good tip too. Not a bad thing to utilize, because sometimes I notice when I've played on some of them that I, down to 60% health, and I've not looked and pulled something else and been like, oh, that's right, I didn't get myself back to 100%. So interesting. Might have to think about that. We'll see. Well, thank you. I hope you have a good week upcoming. So
hopefully,
as always, nice and busy. I know you're so busy. Which is good. All right, Xortz. Hang on. Let me. Okay, Xortz, go for it. I've got the coffee. I'm ready.
Wow.
How's your week been?
Wow.
Actually, pretty light.
Okay.
Pretty light.
Jeebus.
I think this is the first week in a while where nobody's died.
Yay.
Yay!
So that's good. I did the War of Thorns on both sides, and then I did Battle of Lordaeron on original Xortz, and loved it. Loved it. I'm all about Sylvanas, so
yay for the queen.
There's that one part where it's like, do you want the gas mask and the blight canister, or just the gas mask? I'm like, give me both. Let's do this. So,
yeah,
of course.
Absolutely.
No mercy. None.
No mercy.
So I was just like, all right, cool. Did that. I haven't done the Alliance side yet. Debating on whether or not to bother with it. But, aside from that, I was working on one of my bloodthirsties earlier. And I decided I was up in Ashenvale, and Sharp Talon came along, so I farmed him for about 7 kills in under 5 minutes because his respawn rate is insane.
Yeah, they really need to do something about him.
Yeah. So I'm just piling up Sharp Talon bodies left and right. So, and then I went through, deleted a bunch of the dead tunes after stripping them, selling their gear, and sending it to the bank alts. Stripped down all the active challengers because I'm probably not going to be playing any of them before launch. So I got everybody prepped and ready to go. And then I might dip my toe into a challenge over next weekend. I might not. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just kind of see how things go.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it sounds like you've got things ready and prepped, and that's good.
Yeah, so not a whole lot happening this week. So.
Okay, that's all right. Sometimes it's nice to, we're nearly seeing out Legion. So sometimes you've just got to go to Suramar, sit there for 6 hours straight and fish. Not saying everyone does that. Some people do. But, it's just like a chill factor. Just saying.
Or sit
people,
there for 5 minutes and fish and get what you need and then just get out of there.
What? 5 minutes? That's crazy.
Yeah.
6 hours sounds good.
Wow.
But anyway. All right. Well, I'm glad that you're ready for BFA to hit, Xortz. So that's good. Stone.
Oh my God.
So
you know how you've been like, oh my God, you've been playing it so much and all this stuff. All of a sudden, I'm not. Yeah. All of a sudden, I'm not. And it's like, like this week, I realized that as soon as Dark Moon Fair came on, I was like, I need to get my XP boost and just level. And I level up the Warlock from 60 to 110, and also I'm about halfway through the Warlock campaign, and it's actually pretty cool. I think I like it.
Of course it is.
A little. I think I like the Pally one is pretty good, but Warlock is also pretty good too. There's a few that I'm like kind of I don't know, but just leveling up normal tunes because of the boosts and doing class order hall mounts because apparently this is the time to do it. I don't know why. So yeah, and because now that the expansion is over, this is when you go do your class order hall, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And then sit there and be like, oh, I have to complete 5 missions and each of them take an hour. Oh, okay, well, do one mission and log out and go on another tune. So, and I think the other thing is, I think this is going to be a problem is something that Nisey mentioned that I was trying to get you to play last night.
You tried, and what
Lucio
did I say?
Ball, come on, Lucio Ball is pretty much my favorite thing in that game. I can play. So I did my 9 matches. I won. I played that. That's fine. I kept playing, even though you don't get boxes after. I don't care. I love that game. I would love you. You
that
know what
needs
would
to be
cool?
permanent.
Yes. God. Yes. I
That
would
be
love
fantastic.
for us all to get like a group and go play. Yes. So I can beat Lida. I can beat her down. Because this is probably the only time I can.
Lida
It's
marks
fun.
another
It's fun.
check on her list to beat
I
Stone.
was just going to say,
Wow. She's making a list. Oh shit.
I have. Right there.
Can you
Okay.
hold that? Can you? I'm gonna call you out.
That's the book she's gonna beat the crap out of you.
Oh,
with.
okay. Because I was gonna call
Because
her
by
out.
the
I was
time
gonna
she
say,
gets there, it's gonna be like one of those old medieval tomes that are like 70 pounds.
Nice. Yeah. That I've gotten even put hardcover on it, so it's going to be really good. Yeah. Sorry,
Retro
Stone, what were you saying? Yeah.
I could have a bodyguard. Boz is gonna be there, so Boz can be my
I don't think Bob's gonna
bodyguard.
get in between you two.
I was going to say, I think you've got Buckley's with that, but,
I've got what?
kudos for trying
What?
that.
Hold on.
Stone.
Whoa. What did you say?
I said you've got Buckley's
Oh,
for
okay.
trying that.
I thought I heard something else. I was like, whoa. Goodness. Different show.
If I was going to do that,
It's
it'd
not
be
the
for something real good.
sun.
Just saying. Calm the farm, Stone.
Every time you say that, I'm like, oh, she's gonna say it.
I love that.
Like,
Oh,
okay,
it's
so
good.
Chris, cool. I can play it forever. I love that game. I just keep playing it. I can keep playing it. So if people want to play, let me know. I will play. I love playing it. Like, unless I'm busy with like house stuff, I will play it. I love that game. And so that's going till August the 30th. So I feel like I'm going to be I'm going to be devoting a lot of my time to that. I do need to remind myself, I don't know how, to go take my Passy to do my cooking quest and
I could like message you like every half an hour.
Well, I feel no, thanks.
We all could.
I think that you need to have rank 75 like skill, right? So I don't think I can.
I think so.
I don't think my skills are that high enough. I need to log in and check. Yo, my skills are not high enough, yo. Word. Ain't no thing but a chicken wing.
Exactly.
Just stop.
Oh,
Stop now.
Mad TV. That's a line from Mad TV episode 1. Episode 1.
Just still.
Mad
just
TV.
stop.
Brian Austin Green. Ain't no thing but a chicken wing. I'm not gonna say the other part, but
No.
you need to go look that up. Brian
All the know.
Green, Mad TV, chicken wing. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Classic show.
Yep.
It is classic. Absolutely. Okay. Well, I'm glad you're having fun with
Can I may need no.
Yeah.
Never mind. Okay, go. No.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, everyone. Okay. It's not like we're going to be here a while because I only played some Bloodthirsties this week. But grab your drink. Put your feet up. It's all good. So last night I thought I better do some work because I hadn't played a lot of challenge tunes. Because yes, I may have spent 6 hours fishing in Surima. Because that's only on one set time. I've done way more fishing than that, but that's a whole another therapy lesson.
Oh, I can imagine.
So I took my night elf druid out. So I decided to play some of the Bloodthirsties, and I was actually trying to kill my druid. I was like, I'm not feeling it. I couldn't kill my druid. I obviously wasn't trying hard enough. She dinged level 22. Go figure. So I was like, okay, we'll keep going. We will keep going. I even took her to Westfall. You know how much I hate Westfall because, stupid kobolds and nobody wanted to kill her. So I just kept going. So she's at 775 kills for the Bloodthirsty. My night elf priest hit 33 last night. She's at 1,311 kills. My void elf warlock hit 39. She's on, and I thought this was hilarious because when I looked at her after I dinged 39, she's on 1,300. Exactly.
How did you do that?
I don't know. It was hilarious. I was like, wow.
Now,
are you
running the imp or the Voidwalker?
Voidy.
And how has that been going since 8.0?
Fine. I'm finding the blood with the Void Elf Warlock really good. I've just got, I don't know. It's just she seems to be coping quite well.
Okay.
So not had too many problems.
I haven't taken mine out yet, so I was just curious.
Yeah, I did try another warlock. I think I've got an iron warlock. Squishy. If the irons are squishy as, I was like, but as a blood with probably having the greens on, it just, she's going really good. I'm really enjoying her. And then I played my Night Elf Hunter. So she hit 51 yesterday, I think it was. She's on 3,127. Now, I know, awesome. I think you were saying that the hunter you found was a bit squishy.
If I lose aggro on the pet, then I feel pretty much fucked, to be honest.
Yeah.
So because the clean tag is off, I'm
what
I'm
spec
saying the
are you
word.
running?
Sorry?
What spec are you running?
Beast Mastery.
Okay.
Because I'm up to this point, I haven't been used to I have gone like Leroy Jenkins on everything because I haven't met any real challenges. So I've taken down pretty much everything. So now that I have to use misdirection, I think I have that on. Yeah, I think so. And the traps and everything, then I have to adapt and actually use the abilities.
Yeah, it's
and
really
play
amazing.
some defensive.
Yeah, we're actually using all of the spells on our toolbars now.
Yeah. Mind you, on the Bloodthirsty, I'm not having a problem. So obviously with the greens, I'm for the Bloodthirsties, I really am, from the Hunter, the Warlock, and the Priest that I've played this week, not had any issues. The Hunter in particular, no issues. I've been running her right up for Raz in Eastern Plaguelands, Western Plaguelands, no issues. So I don't know
if
Iron
it's
or Jade though, so
maybe there's no changes. So because I didn't I was in Northrend when the patch hit, so I don't know, but at least in Northrend I noticed some changes on the mobs, so they hit harder than they did in Eastern Kingdoms. So I have to heal the pet and make sure I use the traps and everything. So yeah.
Well, I know last week, even though I wasn't here, I wanted to make a mention because obviously with the changes that happened, but I played my human warrior last week and I was going to report. So she dinged 69 last week.
Yay.
Waiting for the comment. He's not saying anything. Oh my God. Yeah.
Sexy party.
Yeah, pretty much. So the human warrior that I've got in Northrend, she's been up killing the Dark Zealots near the Argent tournament, right? So their hit points, now they had dropped substantially with the change. So they're only at 2,263 hit points. Now my warrior, she's in green. She's at 10,000 hit points. So I am pulling 3. I can pull 3. I wasn't specifically trying to gather up the Dark Zealots and just take down as many as could. But there was a couple of times that I kind of charged into and then others came. She was killing 4, no problem. 4 Dark Zealots, no problem. So I was like, okay, well, at least this is good. Now, I took her around to see some of the rares, and I picked up the Spider and Zoldarak. There was a couple in Borean Tundra that I managed. No problem. Their hit points weren't even to what my hit points were. However, I did come against the Zoldarak Sentinel that pats near the Argent place, where I'm talking anyway. And it had 13, so it had been reduced because I think before the change it was about 27,000 hit points. It was 13,000 hit points. I'm at just under 11. I'm about 10,500 hit points, and I thought, this is doable. No. Can I just say, if you see that thing, now I'd like to see how it goes with the hunter if I get that high, because I reckon the hunter should be able to do it. But with the warrior, no way. I hit Zoldarak near the Argent stand.
It looks like a big stone golem.
Yeah, that pats back and forth. It does horrible thump that stuns you for about 6 seconds. It's the longest 6 seconds that you have ever. It is. I had to it got me down to 40% within about 3 seconds. I had to heroic leap. I was like, get the hell out. I was like, Chung! And I was like, her little legs ran so fast. It was not good. Yeah, I ended up about 20% hit by the time, finally, when it came out, you are out of combat. I was like, yeah, okay. But yeah, it was not a good one. But other than that, the warrior just has chewed through everything else that I've been able to throw at her last week. And she is, Nisey, this is for you. So level 69, she's sitting on 10,146 kills.
Jesus.
She's gotten a lot of rares.
She has got quite a few rares. I've managed to pick up normally anywhere between 3 and 5 if I'm lucky. So that's been quite good. But other than that, I'm liking where I am near the Argent tournament. Is that in
Cindergosa Falls? Right there at the base of the hill?
No. That's the one that's up. So you know how if you go just up the hill on the same, so don't go down. If you go up, there's humanoids and they're just yeah, if you go down,
the 2 tiers there,
So 5 has a good piece of advice as well, to not try on a hunter unless you're also a night elf, as the ice trap won't work either. So I guess overall,
so basically
just
don't mess
bother
with that one.
yeah. It was really scary. But other than that, that was the only thing. And again, it was more that I went, well, maybe I'll give it a go because the hit points, but it still does the scary stomp thing. And so it's probably not a good idea to try that on any class, but I'd be interested to try it on the hunter to see how it goes. But I think I will definitely have to scout that one first.
When in doubt, use a scout.
Exactly. Actually, there we go. There's a slogan for a shirt, Stone. I like it.
Yeah, because I'm making shirts. Okay. All right. I'll put it on the next shirt I make.
Bumper sticker.
Okay.
So we're gonna pass out bumper stickers at BlizzCon now.
Oh yeah, we should totally.
Nobody knows that.
Easy, shut up.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice. Okay.
Can I ask what's the significance of level 69? I'm not sure I understand.
Giggity.
So we have to explain it to you.
Giggity? I'm not sure I understand that either. Okay. So before we go into our next thing, I just want to say something. And even for people that are not here, Roguester, Stir, that is not here. Thank you guys all for doing your mod stuff. Without you guys, we're not wrapping up the show. I wanted to say this beforehand and I didn't remember, and but without you all, we would be. Lita and I would have our hands full, 100%, 150%, 200%. So thank you.
We appreciate
all.
Everything you guys do. Thank you.
Yeah, happy to help.
Not a problem.
And I'm also going to thank you again when we're ending the show. So just so you know. Okay, so news. 69 news.
Breaking now, news from the world of Warcraft with Lita and Stone.
Giggity.
That was perfect.
Nice.
So apparently there's a third wave of BlizzCon tickets on sale Saturday, August the 18th at 10 a.m. Pacific. So is this the new norm? Because this is what happened last year. Because we had the 2 waves, and then we had a third wave of the Orange County Children's Hospital banquet, right? So those are the super expensive ones, and then a surprise third wave. No one knew that was going to come, and we all thought, well, the third wave was added because they just announced that they had added the extra hall. Well, they haven't added an extra hall this year. So is this a new thing, where we get quote, the third wave, and then being able to transfer and all that, but then you get an extra a fourth wave after, right? Where you can't transfer unless you're in person. Because if you buy a ticket now, you cannot transfer this online unless it's in person. And that means that if you buy it off someone, you have to trust that they will give you the codes to give you all the BlizzCon goodie bag stuff for in-game things, right? So I don't think this would make me not want to buy it in wave 1 and 2, because I mean, how can I still think that they're still going to be putting up 10,000 seats, right? I think that's what it was before, because I think when you could go to the website and data mine it, you could see that each wave was 10,000 except for the charity, which was 250 tickets. I think. I think.
Okay.
It's definitely interesting.
Yeah,
It is.
I feel like this is
because of the events and the expansion launch, because of like influx of new players. Maybe they want to join the BlizzCon. Maybe they like make it available for new players. I don't know. Question mark.
Yeah. I mean, there's some folks I know that, you know, it would have been a lot easier on them with like cash wise to buy a normal ticket versus like the big banquet one, right? Because you're looking at $199. No, we lost Austin Trousers. There he is. So you're looking at $199 for a normal ticket versus $750. I mean, it's a huge change, right? So
it's a lot. Yeah.
So I don't know if this is the new norm, right? Like I don't know if we should keep expecting this, like even for next year and all that stuff.
Maybe keep it in mind. It's not.
Yeah, I don't know. This wave feels like it was a lot later than the last third wave that they did.
Yeah.
For last year.
Yeah, and Tiber here is saying the third wave was a lot closer to the initial sale last year. Yeah, I think the third wave was in July, but it was also after the cutoff date. I thought. I think both third waves were after the cutoff. The online transfer cutoff date, which is important because then scalpers can't really buy it and sell it unless they're there in person, right? Which is safer for everyone.
Try to keep the scalpers from getting as many of the tickets in this batch. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Could be.
Sounds more likely, at least.
The other thing is a Pacifist challenge change. Thanks to 5-Iron, because honestly, I didn't really know about it until 5 had said anything, and 5 had reported it to us in chat, where it's like you now cannot learn professions until level 5. So before you could learn herbing, I'm gonna say herbing, and mining until like you could learn it at level 1 as long as you had 10 copper, right? So
like I know before there was like a stretch in the beginning where you had to be level 5, and then they did something and they changed it where you could get them at level 1, and now it's back to level 5. I don't know if maybe one of these band-aids they shoved in undid that, or if this was intended.
Okay.
So so you basically have to explore and do safe questing only until.
So hence why Boz spent hours trying to get to level 4.
Yes.
Yay, Boz! Yay, Boz!
And here's actually one thing that I was having a thought of is that Dark Moon Fair. Because remember in Legion where we're saying, I can't level up my first aid because it takes so long, so we wait until so we wait until the fair comes up, so we get those 5 points. I feel like the fair is only going to apply to the classic skill slot only, and not to the expansion skill slot that you're on. But we don't really know, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of feel like that was a way to get around that. I don't think that was intentional, but I think that's
like a catch-up mechanic.
Yeah, well, that's what we tried. Well, that's what we used it as, and now I don't think you can.
Okay.
I feel like it's going to only apply to classic skills, so the ones that go up to 300. Well, classic was now considered to be anything that is vanilla zones and Burning Crusade and Wrath, from what I think. Maybe not. I'm probably wrong. But anyways, I think it's only going to apply to the one that can go max out to 300. If people can test this out, once the expansion goes live, I guess at the beginning of September, we'll find out, right? Okay, so this is something I threw in just now. They added a hotfix in, okay? And this hotfix broke World Quest Group Finder. Which I can understand, because I feel like Blizzard felt that people were trying to use that and just power through things. And I understand, because, if you've run through a World Quest once, you just want to power through it, right?
Yeah.
They got rid of the auto accept, and I kind of, I feel like it's kind of like a petty change. I think that change by itself, because they did make another change where you couldn't, where they made the searching function in the game a secured function, so that it requires you to actually take action, and you can't paste into that function too. So you have to type in the name of the group. So you can't get like a copy paste thing. Yeah. I get that. I get it. And I think they've mentioned before where they said World Quest Group Finder broke the game at one point, where it made things really, really slow. Okay, I get it. But the auto accept, come on. It feels like a petty thing. Like you really want a fishing group leader to be standing there, accept. Like I feel like that one change is a little bit too far, and this doesn't apply to us as like irons and all that. But that was one thing that kind of was like, what? Why? I would really love if they could address that at the next Q&A. It just like that one change by itself, it boggles my mind. Why did they get rid of that one little checkbox? Come on.
Yeah, you make it harder for the players. So like before, you could just click and everything was automated, and then you have to click to join each group, and now you have to click.
But now the leader
has to click to accept, and no one wants to like accept manually for the players. So when you have been through it for like 3 times, you just want to power through because you've been through it before, and just make it hard for the players, and it's really unnecessary, to be honest.
So it makes it frustrating. Very frustrating.
Yeah, so like remember when we were doing the fishing quest where you
the fisher friend
level up with Can you imagine having to fish and also have the box up and click? Like it's just it's like an extra thing, and just I feel like maybe World Quest Group Finder kind of. I feel like it trivialized stuff, and so I understand why the searching function was changed. I get it, but this part it doesn't make sense to me. It feels a little petty, and I feel like it doesn't really impact the World Quest Group Finder kind of stuff. I just don't feel like it does. But and hopefully other folks feel like that and tell Blizzard as well, and they can put that back in.
So I saw something on Twitter the other day in reference to that.
Yep.
And now my memory is really fuzzy because I can't remember crap. But I think somebody said that they made a mod to put that back in. So for the auto accept. So I might be misremembering.
So
plenty have been speaking their minds. So I think maybe outrage helps this time.
There's a person I ran with in Convert to Raid a couple of years ago who's created a new mod called World. It's not World Quest Group Finder. It's similar though, man. I'm gonna say it's like World Group Finder kind of deal. He's made a mod that will auto accept as long as somebody's using the same add-on. So you can go look for World. I'm pretty sure it's World Group Finder.
Okay.
But it does pertain to quests because it does. I think it's supposed to be looking at the quests that you have. So I think it's like a direct competition to World Quest Group Finder. So okay. So Battle for Azeroth is next week.
Yep.
Next week. Like less than 2 days.
Yes.
Technically next week.
So just looking over, what we've done, and we can look at, how many people leveled up and all that stuff. But we can dig into it, but I kind of don't want to spend that time to dig in because you can do that yourself. But I feel like Legion has been the best for us because it let you.
Oh yeah.
Even though we all say, oh my God, specs, oh God, but it was actually pretty good because it let people play pretty much any class and spec that they wanted. Some were better than others, but it took us away from the whole you have to play a night elf hunter over and over again, right? Where so it changed things where it gave us options. So as a quick review, we had 12 max level irons in Canada, 24 in Pandaland, and 25 in Warlords, and 34 in League.
Wow.
So and that does not count Bloodthirsty, Green, all the other ones. This is just irons, okay? Honestly, I kind of feel like where we're going with how things feel, I kind of feel like 34. I don't know if we're gonna hit 34 because I think we've gone back a little bit. I think we've taken. I think we've walked back a little bit, and where people don't. I feel like people don't have the options that they did before. And you can try. I mean, sure, because before we could still do. We still had warriors. We still had priests. Great, but you didn't have the wide range of options. Now I feel like we're narrowed back again, and I don't know if. I personally feel like I like things the way they were in. Yeah, I feel like I like how things were before 7.3.5, where you had options, and removing those feels like kind of, It's not, and I don't feel like that's done on purpose. It's just how the game's changed. So we need to change with it. And, if you want to hit max, then you're going to have to adjust, right? So I do have a question that's not really related to the challenge. It's more related to the expansion. when I ask you this question, I want you to think of the first thing that comes in to your head. Are you for the Horde, or are you for the Alliance?
Horde.
For the Horde, of course.
Buzz?
There's no other answer.
I stand by my queen. Always.
Okay, I'm gonna duck and cover. I'm for the Alliance because I really don't have a max level Horde aside from the one that I boosted, so I haven't really done anything on the Horde
So
side
for the
right
Alliance, okay. Buzz?
Oh, sorry. I'm for the Alliance this time.
now. Yay!
Lita?
You're all dead to me.
I feel
For the
like,
Horde.
yeah.
Always for the Horde.
I'm
Aw.
going to say for the Horde, and that is why I put on my Horde shirt.
Oh.
Because my very first character was Horde, and I'm Horde, but you know, I kind of feel overall the so I think that the Horde is being set up as bad guys, but I kind of feel, you know, like something's gonna happen there. So
Hey man, you go back to the original RTS games. The Horde are the bad guys.
Absolutely.
We're getting back to our roots.
Yes,
Screw
we
this. We need our honor back stuff. Let's just burn the world down.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think it's like anything. We need to. There is so much more story to come. Like everything they've given us doesn't mean, you know, why get our knickers in a knot? We don't need to yet because the story has got so much more to play.
Yeah.
And you know,
I
can't wait to
think-
see where it goes. It's
but-
very interesting. It's very interesting.
I think
It is. Just
officially.
look at,
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, like look at the first week, how the story ended, and then the second week, like people panicked, outrage. Yeah, words were.
Oh,
said
I love
then.
the outrage.
Yeah,
Ansel Lannister deserves better. Have you not been paying attention?
yeah.
She's
I know.
never a honorable or redeeming character.
No.
She's always been the worst, and I love it.
Yeah, it's like she's not out of character.
No, absolutely not.
So, but look
No,
at how
I've
they
never
have
liked her.
evolved. So,
Whoa. Man, Boz.
Sorry?
I don't know if we can be friends, Buzz.
Hey, Boz, just remember,
That's my heart.
it was your boy Vol'jin that put her in this position.
Oh,
That's
shots
true.
fired! Whoa!
Wow.
It's okay, Boz. You can come over to my house.
Well, no,
No.
there's reasons. I have my reasons for why I think that went down too, but
if you're in the ditch needing help, we won't stop to help you. So we will just pass right by you and
Have
yeah.
blight will travel.
Wow.
Oh.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Wow.
So I'm
We
gonna
posted a bear sign.
read some responses from the chat. So we have Chupa says Horde, Taco says Horde, 5 Iron says Horde, or for the Horde. I'm assuming that is Granegus. Yeah, that's Horde. Guru 42, he's Horde. Wow, lots of Horde. Soylent Greener is Alliance. Suck it, Taco. Fair is Alliance. Attacking my tree is just not acceptable. Yeah. So I think that officially, overall the website would have to declare for the Alliance, only because I feel like we kind of default to the old way of playing Irons in Night Elf Hunter. So that's the only reason why
This is
I would
true.
say. Right. So I think while I'm personally Horde, I think that site overall would default to the opposite side, and
They're all wrong. Every last one of
I'm
them.
kind of hedging
Yeah.
my bets on both. So I can say, you know, down the road which one was right. I can say I was on both sides because I'm bifactional, right? So
Look,
Thank
the,
you.
the beatings will continue until order is restored.
I'm with
Um,
you right there. Just saying.
So actually, I'm curious, Boz. What do you think were like you were saying that you think that Vol'jin had reasons for
Well, he
putting
said the
in some-
spirits told him, but he was also poisoned by the Legion's, weapons and all that. So who said it wasn't Legion whispering or the old gods or something like that? Like it's all a big setup. You don't know.
Yeah. Some say it's one zombie that talked to him. So
Okay.
who knows?
Could be.
It might not
Very
be.
well be.
It might not be the spirits he thought were talking to him.
It's still him that said it, though.
That's fine.
I was talking to a friend of mine, and he was saying, "What about Wrath? About Wratheon? Because we haven't heard anything from him for a long
we
time,
haven't.
and he
that's
did
concerning.
want the Horde and the Alliance to fight. Well, here we are. So, does anybody
Very
think that
concerning.
Wratheon
I'm
would get
okay with
involved?
that.
And the Lich King was created by the Legion and all of that. So it's just,
But I
I'm
like
just
the
saying,
Lich King.
I'm okay. I don't care why we're fighting so long as we're fighting.
Stories.
Xortz just wants to fight. Man.
Xortz is like, just give me my can of light.
It's time to stop with this third-party bad guy stuff. Let's get back to the basics. I want to kill the Alliance, and that's what I'm gonna do.
That's right.
Jesus.
do you have war mode on though?
Not yet. Not yet. I will.
That would be interesting.
Once I get Xortz and my hunter a little better geared, game on.
Nice. Excellent.
Slaying
Okay.
The last thing I want to say is I forgot to say it last week, but I did update the random page, so it's not just class and race. So it's actually class, race, but there's two different sides to it. One is you'll get an equal number of the classes are weighted the same, and then there's the other column is where the races are weighted the same. So you will have you will have the same chance of getting a class, and then on the other side you'll have the same chance of getting a race, because not all races have the same classes. So so overall it was harder to pick up I think it was pandas. So we actually got a message on Facebook about, hey, I keep hitting refresh and I'm not seeing I'm getting a panda. So when I went to go look at the code, I'm like, yeah, I kind of see why. So pandas overall are not represented well, because it's only in WoW it's technically 3 races. One is Horde, one's Alliance, and one's neutral. But on our site we only use it once. So pandas only have 7 classes or 8 classes. So they're not represented a whole lot, so it's harder to see them. So what I did also was that when I did the race side and the class side, I also put a list of if you want to pick I picked a random class per race, and I put a whole big list there, and I picked a random race per class, so the opposite, so that you don't have to refresh it 500,000 times. You can refresh it kind of once, and if you know that you have a void elf, let's say, and you want to pick a random void elf class, well, you can just refresh once and it'll be there and you can do your thing. If you're seeing something wonky, let me know, but I think it's working. So
Okay. Cool.
Yep. Yep. Lita, this one.
Yes. Okay. So just quickly before we go on to State of the Challenges, I just want to make mention that in 2 weeks' time, we have our 3-year anniversary show, which is very exciting. Can't wait. But we are holding a WoW Challenges Q&A. So don't forget, if you've got any questions, send them in for Stone and I. So the questions are to us, but we also want to know what your answer is to whatever question that you're going to ask us. So thank you to everyone that has given us some questions so far. Really appreciate it. We're happy to take some more. So either email us, tweet us, or put it in the podcast channel in our Discord server is fine. And yeah, can't wait. In 2 weeks' time. So 3 years. Wow.
A lot has
Scary.
happened in 3 years.
Yeah, a lot. Certainly has.
Jeebus.
So, but thank you to all that have done so far. So excellent. All right, let's go. We've got state of the challenges. So we're gonna go Xortz, Irons, please.
Alrighty. I see I got to carry the heavy load here and do the big list.
Yeah,
buddy.
I've heard that you're good at delivering heavy loads.
I got nothing. Good job.
Wow, Xortz speechless.
Yeah.
What, am I going to deny it? All right, anyway. At number 10, we got Britali at level 50. Number 9, Jangler at level 51. Number 8, Seraphima at level 52. Number 7, Duskwin at level 67. Number 6, Alani at level 73. Level 5, Shinari at level 73. Number 4, Shinari at level 77. Number 3, Iron Margot at 92. Number 2, Ash's Irony at 95. And at number 1, Too Thirsty at 108.
Very nice.
Job, Irons.
well done. Okay, Nisey, let's do the bloods, please.
And cue the guinea pigs when it's time for me to talk.
Yay.
So let's see. Oh, now they got quiet again. All right, so number 5, we've got Bent Grinder at level 65, flagged for cooking. Not sure what happened there. Number 4, we've got Cassandra at 83. Number 3, Soul Shield at 93. Number 2, Margblood at 105. And number 1, we have Too Thirsty at 108 this week.
Nice. Excellent. All right. Boz, can you do the Pacifist for us, please?
At number 5, there's Mon Spreacher at level 59. And number 4 is Silent Herber at 75. Number 3, Gentle Soul at 76. Number 2, Sneaky Boz at 96.
Yay!
And number 1, we have Huey Hamster hit 110, but they are yellow flagged for 1 kill and 1 killing blow.
Yeah. It's
So,
still
I think
sad.
it's still a good thing. Like they were able
It's
to get to
amazing, but
110.
sad.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
but it's just like that
Proof it
one
can be
kill.
done.
Yes, it can be done. I'm actually really curious about where that one kill came from. I would love to hear from them.
I would guess a proximity kill.
No,
No, it's a
because
killing blow.
it does have a
Okay.
killing blow
Damn
to
it,
it.
Jim.
So I feel like they accidentally
Critterman?
right clicked on a creditor. Possible.
possibly. Yeah, it'd be interesting to know. So, all right. Tins, who have we got? Awesome. Can you do those ones for me, please?
Sure. So it's Fnerp at level 13, but red flagged with 3 uncommon slots filled. And at 4th, it's Salaya at level 20, Nisey BGN at level 24, Lucy Lin at 49, and
We can-
Saya Bao at 95. Sorry.
Excellent.
I can hear your
All
beard.
right.
So is your beard like really big? Like is it
Yeah.
bushy? Oh man,
Yeah.
I'm jealous. I'm jealous.
I will move the
No,
microphone
I'm
again.
jealous. I would love to see that beard. Just
You
take a
will, one
picture
day.
of your face like from nose down, and just post that and be like, boom, beard.
Okay. Stone.
So now you guys have to fight.
What do we do? with
Who is-
greens?
I'll
Who's
do
gonna
it.
do
I'll
greens?
do it.
Okay. Go for it.
Okay, so
That's
for
really
the
afraid.
Green Man Challenge, we've got coming in at number 5, Zaya Green at level 70. Number 4, Verda Glory at 74. Number 3, Verdant Sand at level 100. Number 2, we have Poon Juggers at 100. RIP. I feel so bad. I
Oh.
saw what happened. I feel so bad.
Yeah. So, okay, I do have a comment about this. So this person was leveling up hard and fast to be the first on purpose. Like they were going hard, right? And I was debating on whether or not I should play the clip, but I'm not going to. But if you go look him up, on Twitch at twitch.tv/PoonGoonTV, you can go see one of the clips. One of the latest clips is how he died. And it's a brain fart. It's literally, he flew down into an area where he didn't think about it, and it kicked him off his mount, and he fell and he died.
Yeah,
and that's it.
Into like one of the little overhang pavilions that has the elevator platform in High Mountain in the main city there, and it counted him as indoors, and poof, he dismounted and fell to the platform.
No.
What?
It was.
So, I mean, I I'm not trying to point it out for him as a person. I'm kind of trying to. I want to point this out to everyone overall that. You got to pay attention to everything, right? Yeah.
Damn.
It sucks.
Yeah.
Still.
It does.
Awesome achievement to get to 100 in like
he was going
like you said,
hard,
hardcore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He went hard.
So, but ouch. We all can feel that pain because I think we've all had a moment in our playtime where things like that have happened. So, yeah.
So in chat, Crystal, and Chupa are saying that he did hit disengage, but it was too late.
Oh.
Damn.
Yeah.
Ouch. Oh, sorry to hear about that.
Jeebus.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yep.
But we do have some good news, don't we, Nisey?
We do. Coming in at number 1 this week is Faragrini, hitting 110 and becoming our first ever Green Man Challenge champion.
Very nice.
Yes.
Very nice. Well done.
Yay!
That was a hard fought first place because they actually died not that long ago on their other challenger that they were leveling, the first one, and they died. And at that point, I think it was one of Rogueslayer's characters was at level 78 and was in the lead at that point.
Yeah.
So they dug in, and she did a good job.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Well done.
Are they?
Very well done.
I haven't looked. Are they full green gear?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's going to be
who
can make it without the full equip. So I think they were saying that this was their second attempt, right? It was only their second attempt.
Yes, that was their second
with the green
attempt
gear?
on the Green Man.
Cool.
Wow. Well done. Very good.
22 days played, 6 days in game.
Yeah.
Okay, so fight. I'm gonna throw it over at Boz.
What?
For Iron Teams.
The teams?
Yes, Iron Teams.
In second place, we have 3 Angry Inches.
Oh my word.
It's gotta be gnomes.
Yeah.
Oh my.
I'm gonna guess they're gnomes.
I hope so. And if not, I'm so sorry. Jesus.
Oh. And number 1, we have Wildfire at level 23.
Nice. Thanks, Buzz.
Fight. So who's doing blood teams? Okay.
Blood teams. You got 5-Finger Death Taco at level 21. And in number 1, Combo Taco 5 at level 29.
Well done, 5 and Taco. Good to see you still there.
If I could play a clip of that music, then I would, but we would get hit. Yeah. Cool, awesome. So we've had some deaths and some flags and some really crappy deaths, but some really great things that have happened. So congrats to everybody for leveling and living and hitting max on characters. I'm really looking forward to seeing Too Thirsty. So 5 is saying that Too Thirsty is Shank, which we know. Well, my kid just went to the washroom, if you could hear that. So you just flush the toilet. Just like all in the family. Archie Bunker, flush the toilet. Bawoosh. So yeah, we know Shank has been around for a while, so he knows how to play.
Two Shanks.
Yeah. So this is not somebody that we don't know of, and it's somebody that we know that has played for quite a while.
Now that's the character that's double listed between.
Yes.
Okay.
Blood and Iron.
So they're in all the gray gear then.
Or white gear. Yes.
White, yeah. The non-green.
Why is it got to be about color, man?
Because you made it that way.
I get asked that all the time. I say, because everybody there's a couple of people that have asked me, well, what's with the gear? I'm like, well, gray or white gear, and they're always like, well, why is it going to be about color? I'm like, dude, shut up.
Shut up.
Yeah, see. Okay, let's
Stop
go.
whining.
Let's go to chit chat. Before
we get into what's on the show notes, I got a question that I want to get out there because I actually got to run here in like a minute.
Sure.
And get ready for work.
No.
Seeing as how I recently started the Pacifist Challenge, when I was looking at races, I did have a question about a couple of them.
What's it gonna
like
be about race?
Worgen, Goblin, and Pandaren.
Yes.
Can they actually do the Pacifist Challenge? Because they can't get out of their starter zones without
Panda,
doing
no.
kill quests.
Panda, no, unless you cheat, and we don't advocate that. So you have to do like a wall hack. Goblin, no, and Worgen, no. Crystal says yes, but without cheating. So I'd like to know how that is. With how can you get out of the starter zone without breaking the boxing bags? Because that counts as a kill. Right. So from what I know, you have to use a toy or something to get through a wall. And I mean, Blizzard does not want you to do that, so I mean we can't advocate that.
Cheating
right?
is cheating, Crystal.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter whether we think it or
Yeah.
not. Cheating is still cheating.
I mean, if Blizzard says no, then it's cheating. So, but Panda's Worgen, Goblins, no.
Goblin.
No.
All right.
Okay.
No.
Good question. Thanks, Xortz.
All right. I gotta go.
You gotta
I gotta
go.
go be an adult and
Work.
make money and pay bills. So y'all have a great night.
Damn it. Okay, thanks for
having
joining
me
us.
back on again, and I will catch you next time.
See ya. Thanks, Xortz.
Be good, everyone.
Bye.
Peace.
Have a nice day.
Bye.
Okay.
Okay.
So, okay. This one, chit chat.
This just in. It's Chit Chat!
Nice. Okay, so this is where you can send in your comments, your tips, your tricks, all those kinds of things, questions, so we can, if you need answers or just let us know how you're going. So first one, I'm going to get awesome. Can you do Azzy's pun for me, please?
I just read it, but yeah. So what do you call a bee that can't make up its mind? A maybe.
Hey-o.
That's actually pretty cute.
That one's pretty
It
good.
is. That's funny.
That is cute.
It
Excellent.
is.
All right. Nisey, can you take the next one for me, please?
Sure. This is from Poon Goon. Hello, I'm about to enter Legion content on my Green Man Challenger and need a clarification here. Can I equip the artifact weapon only to do the artifact quest and then I will unquip it forever? Thank you. So
Yes.
yeah, you can equip it, and it has to come off ASAP, or some have said in the chat before, if you change your spec right before you go to finish out the quest, then it won't equip it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So
That's right.
either one.
Excellent. Okay. Boz, can you take the next one, please?
All right, from Boss Mudas. Is Aron's, I don't know how to say these words.
It's okay.
Is Aron's elixir allowed for doing the quest in Outlands? The quest is Messenger to Fairlefin. I would appreciate if someone knows. I don't know.
So so basically we changed the rule officially to be like no elixirs, but you can use them. It's just that we changed it so that if people did use them and got flagged, then that's their own fault. Because we found many times, people would use an elixir, do a quest, log out before turning it in, and then it counts as a flag, and then it counts as flagged, right? So, and then they'd be like, "Why am I red flagged?" Like, well, because this is how you did it. So overall, it's easier to just say don't do them, but you can if you know what you're doing.
It might have been that quest that was the most trouble.
That's
for a lot
the
of
first
people.
one, because that's the very first elixir quest that you get that was allowed. The other ones are all post TBC.
Yeah, so they're definitely user beware, use at your own risk, and if you're gonna do it, make sure you turn it in before you log out.
Okay.
Thank you.
Nice.
Negus.
All right. I will take I'll take this one from Dave the Hunter. Says, lessons I have learned. Take my advice. I'm not using it.
Heyo.
Nice. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay. So next one. I'll take the next one too. So this is from Armageddon Ash. I think this one is from Discord. Does any gray gear come with increase in stats, or is it simply just armor increase? Gray gear.
Gray? No.
No. Yeah.
I mean, you can go look
That's
on
what I would have thought.
WoW,
Wowhead.
but I really don't think so. I think we were all thrown for that loop when we saw that one piece of white gear that had the plus blah blah stats, and we're like, whoa.
Yeah, from a quest. I don't know if they're still there or not. Nobody said if it's still around, but yeah, it's just going to be an armor
it's
increase.
been changed.
Okay. Okay, so Nisey, do you want to take the next one, please?
Sure. So this is from Wodanin, I guess. Sorry if I butchered it. Hey all, I'm in my first attempt for Classic Iron Man, only at level 14, but was looking through the list of Honor Dead and surprised most were pre-60. I expected X-Pack transitions to be the real killer. Any suggestions on what I should look out for? Also, is there an in-game community? As to the in-game community, yes there is, but Stone, you're going to have to refresh our memories on how to join that, because I honestly can't remember.
Okay, so there's a link that links you to the BNet US group. Awesome. I've been putting it off. I need to talk to you once we're done the show.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, because we kind of we don't really have an EU group. But it's something on my list of things to do that I keep not remembering to do. So
I'm going to the principal's office.
Stonies.
Yes, it's my fault. But yeah, there's honestly, I'm not surprised that most deaths are pre-60, because I feel like a lot of people jump in and they play and they think, oh, this will be quick and easy, and they die, and they die early, and I think that's might put people off a bit that they die so early, but also I think it speaks to how hard it is to level up. That
plus, plus people are playing it the way that you play a normal tune.
Exactly.
And you've got to remember, you cannot play a challenge tune the same as you would play your normal tune. You can't do it. You're not going to get anywhere. So you've got to change your whole mindset of how you play a challenge tune.
You know what? When you said that, the first person I thought of was Vrishna. And you know, and he's not here
Well,
anymore.
that was his thing.
But that was his
No,
thing.
it's
He
not.
was just like, you know, I want to watch my TV show on one screen and do the Iron Man on the other. And you know, I've never
And
seen
he'd
it
just
done like
play
that.
it like he played his normal
Yes.
hunter, and
Yeah.
that's where he got. So when he died, he was never upset. He was never angry at the challenge. It's how he played. But you've got to remember, if you're going to play it, you know, if you want to play it to get to max level, you need to remember you've got to adjust your play style.
Oh, totally.
You have to, otherwise you're not gonna make it, because it is now hard. This is not an easy thing to do. It's gonna be hard this time round. So, you know, if you're gonna do it, be prepared for death. Be prepared that, you know, this is going to teach you patience if you don't already have it. But you need to look at the bigger picture and remember, take a deep breath and take it slow. It's the best way to do it.
It's either going to teach you patience or teach you to flip table and decide this is the best thing for me. But yeah, you also want to look out for your named mobs now at the end of the quest chains, because you maybe want to skip them depending on the challenge that you're doing. And also the rares, you know, if it's a rare you've never come across before, maybe try it out with a normal and strip your normal down and see what it's going to do to it. Just take the hits to see if it's going to do a disorient or a sleep or something. Or, you know, use a challenger that you've had previously that died that you flipped into a Tin Man and use that to scout. And, you know, just research is going to be key, I think, going forward. If you're unfamiliar with something, just, you know, go to Wowhead, look it up, or ask the community. You know, there's several areas where we hang out and, you know, get our thoughts about certain mobs if you're unsure.
Exactly. Exactly.
And one more thing, just please adjust to the class and the spec that you choose.
Yes. Yes,
So-
not every spec in class can do everything.
Yeah, I tried the Holy Priest and I got slaughtered with something that my hunter would take down easily. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So, keep that in mind too.
That's right. And like you said, with the changes that have come in, they're a lot more fragile than what we had for Legion. So coming into, you know, BFA, it reminds me, the feel reminds me of Kata, like doing challenges when it first came out. It's not gonna be easy, which is good. It's a challenge. It's not meant to be easy. So, you know, so if you're going to sit and whinge about it, well, bugger off, basically, because it's a challenge. So, yeah, find something else to do. Simple as that. But it's just bad. Yeah, being tough love sometimes. That's what you need.
But it's true though.
Yeah.
So if you try the challenge, you do it like a couple of times, you find out that it's not worth it, then it's okay.
Yep.
It's
not for everyone.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Like I don't go into the bloodthirsty because it makes me tear my face off. So I stick with pacifist.
It's a way of putting
it. That's right. I mean, and that is the good thing. There is a lot of different things that, you know, right across the different challenges that some suit some people, some don't. So it's okay. It's okay.
Well,
give it a go, but just remember.
Next is correct in saying that the challenge is longer now. Starting Monday at 3 p.m. Pacific, it's 10 more levels to get there to max. Oh, okay. Before we go on, final reminder, any character that is level 110 as of Monday at 3 p.m. Pacific, you will no longer be at max and will be checking for flags. So normally when you hit max and you're green, we actually put a freeze on your character so you can do, you know, if you want to use it for other stuff you can, but you know, if it breaks the rules, then you're going to get vision most people making it to max and then using it for other stuff. As far as I know, it's possible.
Yeah.
But if you guys notice anything, let me know, and I'll check out the API data that's coming back from Blizzard just to see if there's something weird. But as far as I know, everything should be fine. So if we had seen problems, if there were going to be problems tomorrow or on Monday, we would have seen them already. Just, if you see anything weird, just let me know, please. Cool.
Okay.
Will do.
All right. No worries. All right. I just want to put a reminder. If I don't remind now, I'll completely forget. But if you are using any social media, the easiest thing is use hashtag WoW challenges. Okay.
Yes, please.
That one. It just makes us, especially, Nisey, when we go looking for things on Twitter in particular, that if we've got hashtag WoW challenges, that we can, easily find information of what people are playing, screenshots, information, that kind of thing.
Life a lot easier.
Please. Hashtag WoW challenges. That's the one that we want to use. And that is going to be used across everything, including for any contests, all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, just remember that one. All right. Let's finish off. We've got a few more things from the chat room.
Yeah, chat room stuff. 5 Iron Ghost said there's also anti-phasing. So if you do no quest to get there on either side, then Gilneas can be filled with yellow beasts and nothing else, which is pretty cool. So if you're on a Bloodthirsty and you can fly, I don't know, because then if you can fly, that's level 60. I don't know how that would work, because then I don't know if you get as much XP for it. Never mind. Anyways, so things and stuff, but
for herbing, if there's any, I don't know if there's any nodes there or not.
I mean, you don't need to worry about getting attacked by anything red, right? So,
yeah.
Don't remember.
Nagus said, with regard to knowing your zones, if you use Elv UI, there's a module called Fog of War that removes the Fog of War on the map. That might help you a little. So that would be okay to help move through things, right? Yes. So you know how you can't see the full map unless you actually go there. But
okay.
But I kind of feel like if you, I feel like for me, if I were to want to explore, I wouldn't want the areas to be all lit up because because I'd want to go see where haven't I seen before and get that XP. But I'm sure that there's some use for it.
I use a similar add-on, and it's the same thing. It's still kind of grayed out, though, so it'll still fill in, and you can see the changes as you go over it.
Okay.
So it's not like you don't know what you've already looked at. It's
not full clear. It's just there's still a little bit of a difference.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like the latency is different, or the opacity is different, or something like that. So.
Okay.
What would be really cool is if how you get XP for finding places that are like little nooks that don't actually have a spot on a map. I would love a list of those, because then you can go find all these little nook spots and get points for it, right? But because they won't show up as spots on the map, you don't know they're there unless you've actually already been in there or you happen to go there. There's quite a few. Why is it gotta be about opacity? It's true. Tiber says no first aid means one less quest for past season Darkmoon Fair. Yeah. Well, for Pacifist, yes. I got a challenge. I'm thinking about my other normal tunes. I'm like, man. Anyways, Fair goes, the quest to heal. Okay, the quest to heal baby cloud serpents requires 8 windwool bandages per day. And it's okay if they're on the auction house, but they're not always listed. But you can't use normal ones. You have to get windwool ones.
That's right. forgot about that quest.
Yeah, so plan ahead and check your auction house when you're there putting up your other stuff, and if you see them, you might want to grab some.
Shank Master 1, which is Shank. Whoops, what did I just do? I just hit something. Okay, I'm playing with my horde.
Stop playing with your whatever.
I'm playing with my horde.
Check stone.
My horde. My horde.
So sneaky.
And Alliance coaster.
Sure.
So I always show. Jeebus. He says you can farm in starter zones for full XP. Yeah. I've only been doing the gnome stuff, and I can go get everything. 5 iron flight path toys plus 3 of the 3 race noob zones explored 80% got me to level 5. And if you get flight paths to Death's Rise north of, what is SZ? Solazar? Oh, Sholazar. Okay. It is faster to go to Dal, Death's Rise, and then Sholazar. Okay.
Yeah,
versus
I've just been
going
doing
across
autopay so I can go do that daily on the side there.
Okay. Negus was saying that the add-on for putting exploration points on the map is called Explorer Coords. That would be a great add-on. I think that's actually, I've been trying to trim down what I use, but I think that would actually be a good one to use, just to be able to get the extra little points.
Okay.
Anything else before I go on?
No, I think we've covered everything.
Okay. Okay.
We've covered everything.
All right. So we have a new Iron Elite. Thank you very, very much to Wenima. Thank you for your support, for joining our Iron Elite group, for helping us support the site financially. And I'm going to read there. There we go. Okay, so thank you, everybody. We're gonna go. I think I did an update. I think this is an updated list. I went through PayPal, Patreon, Twitch. Those are the 3 things that we generally use. Yeah. Okay. So. Patreon, boo. Okay, so well, because Patreon, I mean, I like them, and then they started doing that stuff, and they have a lot of work to do, to gain the trust back, and I kind of feel like like the emails I get, I feel like it's not there yet for me. I keep it there more as an option for folks. So,
okay.
Use PayPal.
PayPal, Twitch. Twitch, you'll get the emotes if you do it through Twitch. Which there's a Bob one, there's a koala
and they
one,
are cute emotes.
And there's gonna be a symbol one that I don't put up, that I haven't put up yet. That's another thing I keep forgetting to do. That I reminded myself to do it. Yeah, pen and paper.
Do I need to message you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably. Okay, so thank you to Bozon, Chupa, LB Fair, 5 Iron, Frazzy, Sparkspan. I like saying his name. Granagus, Eli. Okay, I kept it as Eli because that's what it is on Patreon. If you want me to change it, let me know. I will change it. Iron T1, Cashbringer, an anonymous koala. Never Died, Rude De Bruin, Soylent Greener, Swing Cat, Tuli Bardine, Unamathil Zaya, Xortz, and Wenima. Why didn't that get updated? It should have. I should have uploaded it. That's weird. Anyways, I'll find out why. But Wenima should have been on the list. Okay, but I will add her on. Thank you very, very much for your support. Definitely helps.
Thank you.
Yes. Our mods. Wow, you guys are like almost all here. So. Awesome. Boz. Nisey. Thank you. very much.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Like, really.
Thank you, guys.
And Xortz, Fair, and Zaya, thank you very much for your help as well. Definitely helps. So, Twitch. I like this part the most because there's some new people that come in that their names are funny that I get to really mess up, like real bad. Okay, so if you want to watch us and get me to read your name out on the Twitches and join us and have a chat, you can. So joining us tonight, wow, it is 3:30 a.m. for Awesome Trousers. Damn. Okay, so
I'm
thank
changing
you.
my sleep schedule because of the launch. So.
Oh
I'm
my
fine.
God! No, you know what? Grand Negus, I did get it. You know what? I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it before we wrap up. I did get the email. I didn't make a note in the notes, but I have it queued up. I actually do. Okay, so thank you for joining us for Awesome Trousers, Boz, Lita, Nisey, Xortz is still in the chat. What's up with that? Me, Bruxamar, Chupa, Commander Root, Corpse Run Radio, Grand Negus, Crash Landing 99, Decaf Smurf. I'm not going to say your name because you're a bot. Faristella, Taco, LB, Eli. It's funny. Crash Landing. Because my guy friends would always laugh at me when I try to ask out a girl, and the girl would always be like, I don't think so, and they'd be like, and I'm a plane getting shot down. Yeah, it's true. It happens all the time, man. I'm used to it. I'm used to no thanks. Azzy, I am Fusion. Awesome. Oh man, let's see how many gifts I get. That's cool. That's their name. Mrs. Rock Guru. Summerlin. Hey, we haven't seen you for a while. Soylent Greener. Tiber, aka Tiber. Oh man, I'm gonna say this wrong. Vasetti. Okay. Or it could be Vaseed. I don't know which one. Virgo Pros and 5. Thank you all for watching. I am going to do one thing that I have the soundbite queued up. I didn't add it to the show notes. So it's here. Okay. I'm going to play a little clip for Corpse Run Radio, episode number 41, which will be coming out, I think, in 2 to 3 days. On the launch day. So it should be the 13th.
We are the Forsaken.
You're listening to a Corpse Run Radio minicast.
Your queen appreciates your allegiance. We are the Forsaken. Grand Nagus.
Thank you, my queen. Coming to you on Battle for Azeroth launch day, August the 13th, episode 41 of Corpse Run Radio, with a very special guest.
Like many of you, I know firsthand the pain of loss. My father, King Varian Rin, gave his life to save his people.
Him? Definitely not.
Children of the grave, heed my call. Come and join me, or feel my wrath. For we are the Forsaken. I am your queen.
Her.
I didn't know she was going to become War Chief. I didn't see the full cinematic finished. I never know what I'm coming into, really. Dave Fennoy played Vol'jin, and he's a friend. It was so weird to be talking to Dave as Vol'jin, as me, as her, and have him say that to me.
If you want to hear more of that interview, come join us on August the 13th for episode 41 of Corpse Run Radio.
Those who do not stand with the Forsaken stand against them. And those who stand against the Forsaken will not stand alone.
I'm so sorry. Bye now.
Nice. I was listening to that and I'm like, she said Granicus. I'm like, what? How the hell did he get that clip? How the hell did that happen? Oh my God, what the hell, right? And then I'm real, okay, Nagas. Okay, I get it. But that was awesome because it sounded really good. I was like, wow, that was pretty cool.
Very cool.
Okay, next show is Saturday, August the 18th, 7 p.m. Eastern, which is Sunday, August the 19th at 12 a.m. GMT, 1 a.m. Central European Time, 9 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. We will be joined by Fair. Will be joining us. Yay! So we haven't heard from her for quite a while. So we wanted to get her on one-on-one and see what was up. So thank you. Awesome. Boz.
Thank you for having me.
Nisey and Xortz for joining us.
Yes.
You are welcome.
Yes.
See, Boz, it
really
wasn't so bad, right? Right? No, I'm just saying it wasn't so bad. It wasn't so bad.
It's okay.
Right?
It's okay.
It's okay.
Safety in numbers.
Yeah.
Exactly. So,
We
but
are
we
polite
do
even
really.
though you play Alliance, so...
Oh, oh.
Hey,
Wow.
I never.
That's fine.
My main will always be full phone. I'm just saying. So I just don't like the direction we're going right now. God,
it'd be interesting. All right. Well, thank you. We do really appreciate you guys coming to have a chat with us, and just it's been lovely. I don't think we've ever had this many in a round table before.
Well,
so we appreciate you guys
I think we've had
down.
5 on our first anniversary show. Our first anniversary show. The very first year, I think we did. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's so it's been a while. Anyway, what I'll do, can I get you guys to let everyone know where they can find you or get in contact with you? So awesome. What have you got?
So I had to make a new Twitter account because I lost my previous one. So the new one is I guess it's in the show notes, but it's Bhutan_IO. So it's you'll just find it in the show notes. But sure, just hit me up there if there's anything.
Cool.
Okay. Thank you. No worries. Buzz, what about you?
you can find me on Twitter at Brood of Zandalar, and I am always on Discord for the WoW challenges. So that's those two are the best ways.
Yeah, same for me. So just send me a message on Discord.
Cool. Nice. All right. Thank you. Nisey, where can we find you?
Okay. It's for Twitter at NiseyBGN. In the WoW Challenges Discord, it's just Nisey without the BGN. And I also have, I should probably change that. Just to make it easier. And I also have a Facebook page, which is the same as the Twitter, with the BGN on the end of it. And I also have a Twitch. I am streaming again, and it's the same on Twitch, Nisey BGN.
Nice. Excellent. All right. And
for Stir,
I guess I'll do Xortz.
You want to do Xortz? Well, Stir, you can usually find him. He doesn't really do Twitter a whole lot. He does have an account, but he doesn't use it a whole lot. But you can find him on our Discord server or on Worm Rest Accord US Alliance.
Yeah, that's the guild.
Or on the forums generally as Geek Roguester or Roguester or Geekster, something Stir.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
And I will do Xortz because Xortz had to get ready for work. So you can find him on Twitter, which is probably the best place to find him and all his shenanigans. Let's just say that. So if you look up at Xortz the Goblin on Twitter, you will find him. And that has got a link to his Twitch channel, which is Xortz the Goblin. And I think, Nisey, that'd pretty much be it. Otherwise,
he changed.
Yeah, he's got his Twitch, which is Xortz the Goblin.
Yeah.
It's just the same as his Twitter, and in Discord he's just Xortz.
Xortz, exactly. All right. Thank you, guys. So where you can find us is wowchallenges.com. Of course, you can find all the information for our Discord, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube channels all on the front page there. You can contact us by sending an email to podcast@wowchallenges.com. Stone.
You can find me on Twitter at STONEGRASP, like I'm grasping your one stone, because you only have one stone. Sorry about that. As well as the Adventures in Azeroth podcast, which, we're now over a month without having done an episode.
I've also been sick.
Lita.
So we will rectify that soon.
I wasn't saying anything about that. I was just pointing it out.
Poke the bear, Stone. Poke the bear.
That's what I do right.
Nice.
It's what I do best. Bear
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
we know. All right, so where you can find me, I'm on Twitter at Lita Wow, which is LEETAWOW, and as well as Adventures in Azeroth, there is Behind the Avatar, so you can check those out. All right, now as for the very last thing I want to say, has to do with two fantastic friends of ours, which is Marconan and Epic Insanity. Both of them helped us out by doing an intro and an outro, and we really appreciate them helping us for that, because they are awesome people. Not awesome trousers, but they are still awesome. So we appreciate that. So big thank you to Marconan for the intro. You can find him at MarconanWow on Twitter, as well as part of the Torrent Think Tank crew with yours. And also our outro is done by Epic Insanity, and he is on Twitter at epic_insanity. Check out his podcast, Frozen Nerds and Epic Questions. Other than that, chat room, thank you. It's been a long show, so we appreciate it. Thank you very much. Boz, Nisey, awesome. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today and giving us many words of wisdom, many tips and tricks, and we wish you all best of luck. Thank you to Xortz for joining us as well. And to Stowe, we missed him today, but thank you guys all for hanging out with us. And have a great BFA launch in a couple of days. Yay! Exciting for the Horde.
For the Horde.
For the Horde.
For my queen.
For everybody.
Aww.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace.
Bye.
The WoW Challenges podcast is a World of Warcraft gaming podcast. Produced by Stone and Lita, copyright 2018. Portions of this podcast belong entirely to Blizzard Entertainment. The music used on this show belongs to Kevin MacLeod, and you can find his great royalty-free music at incomputech.com. No copyright infringement is intended.
Okay. Wads of mods.
Okay. Wads of mods. All right, show title.
Wad always makes me
choose
think
it.
of
What would you
like, oh man. I don't know. I don't want
Mod
to say.
Squad. It's not very original.
Mod Squad. The Mod Squad. I
right,
somewhat kind of remember that show.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not. I mean, I'm not old enough to know it when it was live. Maybe Lita.
Well, they made a movie.
Oh, I like that.
Years ago.
I like For the Mods.
I think she missed it. For the
For
mods.
the mods?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
For the
sounds
mods.
Yeah.
For the mods. For
Okay.
the mods.
good. Yeah.
All right,
You know
done.
this.
For
Thank you.
the mods. Thank you. All right. Okay. That's it. We're done.
Yeah.
Thank you, chat room.
Yeah,
Everyone,
you,
have a
guys.
good
I'm gonna
week.
let her out of the basement because she is like,
Yeah, she's
"What's
probably
going on? It's like you're like an
gonna
hour
kill you."
over." Like, yeah, it's okay. Relax. I mean, how often does that happen? Come on.
Not
Relax.
very
It's
anymore.
gonna be okay. We
Not
generally go
often.
about an hour 20, hour and a half.
It was a long one.
That's what
It
she
was a
said.
great one.
Literally. Bam. All right. Thanks,
Bogart.
chat.
Thank you so much.
Cheers.
It was great.
Oh, hit the mic. Bye.
Bye. Did you turn off the stream?
It's turning off right now.